मनश्चेन्न लग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं षडङ्गादिवेदो मुखे शास्त्रविद्या कवित्वादिगद्यं सुपद्यं करोति मनश्चेन्न लग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं विदेशेषु मान्यः स्वदेशेषु धन्यः सदाचारवृत्तेषु मत्तो न चान्यः मनश्चेन्न लग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं क्षमामण्डले भूपालवृन्दैः सदा सेवितं यस्य पादारविन्दम् मनश्चेन्न लग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं यशो मे गतं दिक्षु दानप्रतापात् जगद्वस्तु सर्वं करे यत्प्रसादात् मनश्चेन्न लग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं न भोगे न योगे न वा वाजिराजो न कान्ता मुखे नैव वित्तेषु चित्तम् मनश्चेन्न लग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं अरण्येन वा स्वस्य गेहेन कार्ये न देहे मनो वर्तते मे त्वनर्घ्ये मनश्चेन्न लग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं गुरोरष्टकं यः पठेत् पुण्यदेही यतिर्भूपतिर्ब्रह्मचारी च गेही
भूपतिर्ब्रह्मचारी च गेही
यदिवाञ्छितार्थं पदं ब्रह्मसंज्ञम्
यद्वाञ्छितार्थं पदं ब्रह्मसंज्ञम् मनोज्ञस्य लग्नम् वाक्ये मनोज्ञस्य लग्नम्. So what Ashtakam? Tatah kim? Verse 137 or 38 if we are going by this book. Okay. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। प्रकृतिर्विकृतिर्भिन्नः प्रकृतिविकृतिर्भिन्नः शुद्धबोधस्वभावः सदसदिदमशेषम् भासयन्निर्विकल्पः विलसति परमात्मा जाग्रदादिष्वस्थासु अहमहमिति साक्षात् साक्षिरूपेण बुद्धेः। Each of these is answering the questions. What was the question? A little while back we had that. Ko nama bandhaha kathamesha agataha. What is this thing called bandha? We studied in the last janma, remember? Yeah. So in the last life we studied. What did we study? Ko nama bandhaha. What is this thing called bondage? Kathamesha agataha. How did it come? How come I am bound? What happened? And then kaf prathishta asya. How did it get deep rooted and established? And then instead of being rooted in the knowledge, what did I become rooted in? Bondage. And ko nama bandhaha kathamesha agataha katham pratishtha asya katham vimokshaha. How to now? Okay, now you say I am bound, maybe I am bound, but how to get free? And then you talked about two things. It was like that person, who attended this Ramayana for 9 days. Ramayana talks by one Pandit ji, he attended for 9 days. One eager person. Rest of the audience sat near the walls. Why do you sit near the walls? Initially for back support, but after that it's nice to sleep off there. Yeah. That's what happens in Ramayana and stories of Krishna, etc. So, most of the audience, 70 plus, most of the audience asleep. One young man was sitting right in front listening to everything. And then on the 9th day, the last day, he said, Pandit ji, I have a question. Yes, yes. If you don't ask, who will ask? You please ask. Come on. Ask. I heard you say one name. Rama, 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 Rama. Yes, very good. Yes. And Pandit ji, he thought he is listening so nicely, I may make him my successor. I'll teach him a few things. Pandit ji was having nice fantasies in his head. Because who wants to carry on the tradition of telling the stories of Rama? Nobody. So Pandit ji had high hopes on this young man. Then I heard you say one more word. Wait a minute, what was that? Ravana, Ravana, Ravana. Then I heard you say Rakshasa. Rakshasa means demon. I have a small question. Who is the Rakshasa out of Rama and Ravana? Pandit ji's heart sunk into his stomach and started to get digested also. Pandit ji sadly said, I am the Rakshasa. I am the Asura. Okay, so like that, the teacher had said, there is something called Atma and there is something called Anatma and there is a mix-up of the two. What is Atma? I. What is Anatma? Not I. So the I and the not I get mixed up. This is the cause of bandha. So is this kosavanatma, kathamesha atma. Tayor vivekaha, and the distinction, the discrimination between the two, kathameta duchyatam. Please tell how to distinguish between atma and anatma, because I don't see anything. And so then the teacher thought, the teacher must have thought, okay, this is going to take some time. And so the selection of the verses we are going to study, selection of the selection. Okay, so already Pujya Swamiji has selected 108. Out of that we are also going to select a few because we want to do it properly. As you know, I like to have a little elbow room. I don't want to rush. And so we'll just do whatever we can, the main things we will do. So this verse which we just chanted, Prakriti Vikriti Bhinnaha. So this is answering the question, what is this Atma? Kos asau Atma. That is the question it's answering. Obviously this is not a question about bondage. This is the question about the nature of Atma, and then especially as we understand it as the truth of the body, mind, sense complex. So, Prakriti and Vikriti, when they are used together, it means cause and effect. Cause is Prakriti. Mother Nature is the cause of the whole creation, Prakriti. Vikriti means effect. That which has undergone modification. That is the effect. So, that which has undergone vikara, modification, is Vikriti. Vikara is the masculine pratyaya, Vikriti is feminine pratyaya. That's all. That's the only difference. So, Prakriti, Vikriti, Bhinnaha. This Atma, this Brahman, same thing, is neither cause nor is it effect. This is very important to understand. Usually what we get stuck at the cause. Brahman is the cause of the Jagat. Because we are so desperate to write something down about Brahman. And whatever you write down is not Brahman. And so therefore, somehow I want to catch for myself, and then I'll write down Brahman is the cause of the Jagat. And then when the Jagat is not there, what happens to the causality? Where is the causality? As though causality. There is no causality. The cause is the causal status for Brahman is not intrinsic to Brahman. Just like the ornament is not intrinsic to gold. Is ornament intrinsic to gold? No. Because gold can be in the form of how smugglers carry it. How do they carry it? Biscuits, yeah. I've never understood that. Shape of biscuits. Perhaps that's why. Yeah, bars and biscuits. So you can have gold in the shape of biscuits. You can have gold in the shape of earrings. You can have gold in the shape of chain. You can have gold in the shape of anklet, bracelet, whatever let you want. But then all those names and forms, from the standpoint of gold, they are not intrinsic to gold. The gold can be without name and form. It's still gold. But from the standpoint of the ornament, gold is intrinsic to the ornament. From the standpoint of gold, the bars, the biscuits and the ornaments are incidental expressions of gold. Do you see the difference? Incidental and intrinsic. Intrinsic means that with which it cannot be. So incidental, so from the standpoint of pot, clay is intrinsic to pot. So clay is intrinsic to pot, but from the standpoint of clay, is pot intrinsic to clay? No. Pot is an incidental expression of clay along with lid, jug, jar, Krishna figurine, so many things you can make. So here too, this Prakriti, it's neither cause nor is it effect, but it includes both. So where is Vikriti? It cannot be outside of Brahman. Where is cause? Prakriti. That also is not outside of Brahman. So tell me categorically, is Brahman cause or effect? Neither. Oh, but then what is cause? Brahman. What? Cause is Brahman. Effect is not outside of Brahman. Cause is Brahman, but Brahman is neither cause nor effect. Just go back to gold. Go back to gold, that's all. Bar is gold or not? Yes. Biscuit is gold or not? Yes. Unless you buy it in the Amul shop, okay, then it's not gold. It's just golden colored. So, bar is gold, biscuit is gold, Earring is gold or not? Yes. Is gold earring? No. Is gold biscuit? No. Exactly. So everything is Brahman, Prakriti, non-separate from Brahman, cause, non-separate from Brahman, effect, non-separate from Brahman, everything non-separate from Brahman, Brahman separate from everything, Prakriti bhinnaha, Vikriti bhinnaha. Oh, come on. If it is separate from everything, how do I understand it? It must have something, some characteristics. Sorry, no characteristics. And you will see, the student goes for a big ride after this. After this, the student is going to say, okay, you told me to take out the Prakriti and Vikriti. You told me to take out the Panchakoshas. You told me to take out the Avasthatraya, three states of being. Now, what I am left with is nothing. Student gets into a panic and says, I am Shunya. So then the teacher has to do a little more teaching to get the student back on track. But here the neti is a powerful pedagogy. Not this, not this, not this, because what it is mixed up. It's totally mixed up with what it is not, and so therefore this parsing is very much important. So Prakriti bhinnaha, Vikriti bhinnaha, that which transcends, I can use the word now, causal status and the status of being effect, but both effect and cause are non-separate, from which this is Brahman. Oh, but I want to hang on to something. I really need to write notes now. You tell me something positive. Enough of this na iti, na iti. I am tired of what it is not. You know, why should you say what it is not? So you want to show one orange. It is not apple. It is not banana. It is not grapes. It is not mango. Why you have to do that? Why not say straight away orange? Because it has no name, no form. Orange has name and form, you can do that. So okay, give me something to hang on to. Shuddha bodha svabhavaha abba. Finally something I can write down. Thank God. Shuddha bodha. Shuddha bodha means a knowledge that is free of knower, known, knowing. A knowledge that simply is like in the form of oceanic consciousness, which is conscious of itself, which is awareness itself. What about the objects? If you ask, what will I say? What objects? Yeah. What object? Oh, come on, there are objects. Like there is this mic, there is the book, there is another book, there is table, there is desk, there is carpet, there is floor, there is chairs. There are so many things. What about this? What about all the objects? So here, when we say Shuddha Bodha Svabhava, we are looking at Svabhava Lakshana, Swarupa Lakshana. Swarupa Lakshana means there is nothing else other than it. We are not taking the Jagat into account when we look at Swarupa Lakshana, its own nature from its own standpoint. If we were to ask the question, what is really intrinsic to Brahman, what can Brahman be, we cannot be without, it is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam or Sat Chit Ananda. This is what it is. And so, Prakriti Vikriti Bhinnaha, we have dismissed the Tatastha Lakshana. It is other than the Tatastha Lakshana because we are going deeper. Tatastha Lakshana means an incidental definition. Remember the crow on the temple? Even if you want to say no, say yes. Yes, good, fantastic. So, the crow on the temple does its job. On the temple tower, the crow is sitting, and it happens to be the temple you want to go to, and then somebody points out, go to that one where the crow is sitting. And then what do? You start walking over there. Is the crow waiting for you? No. Crow went long back. Now the crow is sitting on top of a restaurant. Will you go there then? No. You will still go to the temple. Why? Because it is a lakshana. It has done its job and gone away. Here also, Jagat, the cause of the Jagat, Brahman as the cause of the Jagat is like that status of causality which is superimposed upon this Brahman as though, which is always free of superimpositions, but as though superimposed upon Brahman is what? Comes and goes. It is a definition, all right, because we live in a manifest universe. It's very difficult to deny there is no Jagat. What Jagat? You can't say that. But we can get to the Swarupa Lakshana. The only way to get to the Swarupa Lakshana is to look at yourself. That's why it is not Shuddha Satsvabhavaha. No. Shuddha Ananda Swabhavaha. They could have said, they could have picked any from Sat Chit Ananda. What did they pick? Chit Bodha Swarupaha. Shuddha Bodha Swabhavaha, because it has to include me. If it is just existence, then it doesn't quite get to the heart of what is the truth of me. What do I know myself as? When all this body, mind, senses, everything is negated, what is left? What is left is Shuddha Bodha Swabhavaha. Shuddha means free of divisions. Bodha Swarupa, Bodha Swabhava means that which is free of all divisions and that which is in the form of knowledge. The word knowledge does not do enough service. Knowledge means what? What is this knowledge? And especially in Sanskritam, Jnanam. The suffix is lut. Lut becomes anam. Don't worry about it. Jna plus anam. Anam is the suffix, let us say. Jna plus anam. What is this anam? This anam has various meanings. Anam, jna plus anam, when you add, this anam can be knower. Jnanam means jnata. And another meaning of this anam is known, object of knowledge. Jnanam, jneyam, object of knowledge. And then jnanam, pramanam, that which bridges the knower and the known is a means of knowledge. This tripod with the help of this tripod alone, we have what? We have many transactions in the everyday. I am the knower. This is the object. I am the subject. Book is object. Paper is object. Mic is object. This is how I conduct all my transactions. And how do I know? Because through the eyes become the bridge between me, the knower, and the book or the desk, which is the known object. So the eyes become the bridge. So these three things are alive where? In the waking state, in the empirical reality all the time. But then, what is Brahman? Neither knower, nor known, nor the connection between knower and known. Very, very interesting. So then what is it? Shuddha Bodha Swabhava, a knowledge that brooks no divisions. No divisions. It's like the ocean without waves, a tranquil ocean. This is Shuddha Bodha Swarupaha. And I have to include myself in it. Because if I don't include myself, then I will be asked the question. What is the question? If you don't include yourself, I will ask you the question. What's the question? Are you here? Are you here? Yes. Very mild yes. Yeah. That means I really did not want to be here. But somehow I came. With great difficulty I came. Better notice me and take note of the fact that I am in attendance, okay? Yeah, noted, yes. Very happy. So, you cannot deny, I am here is the expression of this Swatas Siddha Vastu. Swatas Siddha Vastu means what? Self-effulgent consciousness. That I am here is of no doubt. And it does not need any proof. No proof at all. does not need any proof, and of this there is no doubt. And then, so what happens here? This is what is talked about. Shuddha bodha svabhavaha. Shuddha bodha svabhavaha, that which needs no proof. Absolutely no proof it needs. Why? Because it is self-evident. It is self-evident. So therefore it needs no proof. Okay? So then it is neither cause nor effect, and it is self-effulgent consciousness. Self-effulgent consciousness which is neither cause nor effect. And it's, what is this? We can't keep saying self-effulgent consciousness. It's me. It's the truth of me which is palpable, which I understand, which I see. And then what else? Then sadasad idam ashesham. Sadasad. Sad and asat. Here when the two are used together, again it means that which is with form, that which is without form. Sat means with form. In Taittiriya also we have Sat and Tyat. Here Sat and Asat. So Sat with form, Murta Vastu, and Asat, Amurta Vastu. Sadasadidam Ashesham. Bhasayan, that which reveals all the things which have form, and that which reveals all the things which do not have form. Like what? Space. Space doesn't have form, but space is revealed by Brahman. Time doesn't have form, time is revealed by Brahman. Wind does not have form, wind, Vayu is revealed by Brahman. So these are all Amurta Vastu. And what are the Murta Vastu? Murta Vastu we know. So many things which have form we know. Name and form, so many things which have, it reveals. Bhasayati, and then Bhasayan, Nirvisheshaha. Itself is what? Itself is without attributes. Zero attributes. No attributes at all. Attributeless Brahman shines and reveals everything, and the word reveals, even though it's a verb, it is not an action. The verb reveals looks like it's an action, but it's not an action. Not an action at all. Not at all an action. Like when I say sun shines, is the shining of the sun an action? No, it's its own swarupa. So we are constrained to use the verb, but really the verb does not mean anything here. It's its own nature. Bhasayan, shining, revealing everything, itself is attributeless. Therefore, even though it is self-revealing, it does not have any attributes. Therefore, it cannot be objectified, and moreover, it need not be objectified because I know it as myself. So why should I objectify it? I don't need to objectify it. And then Vilasati. Vilasati means Rajate, shines. What shines? Paramatma. Paramatma, this Atma shines. How does it shine? Maybe sitting somewhere in heaven it shines? No. Jagradadishu avasthasu. It shines as me. In the waking state, I am there or not? Yes. In the sleep state, I am there or not? I know that later, but I am there. I know it tomorrow morning. Ask me this question. Were you there in the sleep state? Then I will authentically tell. But I am there. In the dream state, I am there or not? Yes. So it shines as I in all the three states. And what is this I? Free of all the three states. Turiya. Turiya is short for Chaturiya, the fourth one. But actually, it is not the fourth one. How can you count 4 when the first 3 are not there? Huh? How can there be number 4 with 1, 2 and 3 missing? No. Then why does it say 4? Fourth state, just to go along with our ajnanam. Because we have already counted wrong in our understanding, in our non-understanding, we have said yes, waking state, sleeping state, dreaming state, and then the stateless state. Like this we count. The Shruti initially goes along with our ignorance, just to show us she is our friend and she is taking us to the other side of sorrow slowly. Otherwise we will not trust. If you immediately dismiss everything, what sleep state, what dream state, nothing, all that there is one Atma and everything. And then, for the person who is writing a dream journal, where will they go, poor things? They are analyzing the dreams through Carl Jungian analysis. So where will they go? And the person who writes, who is doing some research in the waking state, where will they go? They are taking all this seriously. And the person who doesn't like to wake up, the quintessential sleeper who wants to keep sleeping, where will they go? So these are the people who are taking all the three states very, very seriously. So the Shruti initially, we have to remember, initially, not all the time, initially goes along with it as though, and then what? And then it will put an end to all these divisive thinking. Initially goes along, yeah, correct, yes. Oh, you see the fourth state, that's good. And then afterwards, the three states are really not separate. In fact, all that there is Turiya. Turiya means the Chaturiya also means Chaturaha, clever. Clever means Buddha, Shuddha Bodha Swarupa, intelligent knowledge. That which is shining like knowledge, that which is aware of itself, and everything becomes evident to it. That is what I am, and I am briefly visiting the waking state, just to say hi to other waking friends. Then I am briefly visiting the dream state to say hi to my memory and desires which are regurgitated in the dream. To just revisit my memories, revisit my desires which take on a form in the dream. And then in the sleep state, what am I doing? Nothing. I'm one with Ishvara. I have stopped complaining in the sleep state. Whether you have stopped complaining or not, when you sleep, nobody complains that you are sleeping, which is a good thing, which is very nice. They are all happy you are asleep. So sleep is a wonderful respite for everybody. The sleepers and then the people who care about them also. And so here I am just visiting these three states. My home is Om, that is Brahman. This is Brahman. The one who visits is Brahman, and the one is always Turiya, not the fourth state. Turiya is as the waker, Turiya is the one who goes to sleep, as it were. Turiya is the one who dreams, and waker, dreamer, sleeper resolve from and arise from, and as though sustained by Turiya. Turiya is free of waker, dreamer, sleeper. In other words, waker, dreamer, sleeper depend on Turiya, and then what? And then Turiya does not depend on waker, dreamer, sleeper. Okay, so this is what it means here. Jagradadishu avasthasu. And then how does it make itself known? Aham iti sakshat. Sakshat means directly. I don't have to ask anybody. Aham iti sakshat sakshi rupena bhasate. It shines as the ever-present, never-absent observer. Aham. I. Beautiful verse. And this should immediately give Atmajnanam. Everybody should say Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, and then get up and go. Nobody is going. Why? That's exactly what the next verse is going to show. Why nobody is leaving, even after such a nice verse, and there is nothing left to say. It is beautiful, it is complete, it is very much quoted everywhere. This verse is very famous. And even though we have studied it in such depth, there is still something left. What is it that is left? We have to see what is it that I am not getting. That's why I am not getting up and going. So there must be what? Pratibandha. Pratibandha is a fancy Sanskrit word to say obstacles. So if you want to impress your friends after going back, you can say, no, lots of pratibandhas. What? Let's not do that, lots of pratibandhas. So you can impress your friends and relatives. Yeah, because you have to bring back something from the 3-month course, you have to be changed in some way. Yeah, some lingo, some fancy things you have to do. So then the pratibandhas are there, and these pratibandhas are in the form of our own ajnanam, which has a little twist. So the two kinds of powers, Shaktidvayam hi Mayayaha, are going to be discussed. Maya's two powers, two Shaktis of goddess Maya, and because of which I don't get this knowledge. Because what does she do? She is all power, all knowledge for Ishvara. She puts on Ishvara a crown that says, you are the ruler of the universe. And Jiva says, what about me? Here is a dunce cap, goes hit in the corner of the room. Why? Because dunce cap means ajnanam. Here is a covering. So the same Maya goddess, who is all power, all knowledge, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti Swarupini, who is in the form of the power to desire, the power to know, the power to act. On the flip side, for the jiva only experiences the shadow side of Maya. Why? Don't ask. There are many whys here which will come, which don't have an answer, because this is a model. Maya Shakti is non-separate from Brahman. It's an as-though Shakti, Kalpita Shakti, imaginary Shakti. Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana Vaichitrya Chitri Kritam. That same Brahman, without name, without form, without attributes, has been variegated by the power of this Shakti into this whole universe of names and forms. How? Magic. It's all knowledge, that's why. It's all knowledge. It's knowledge plus name and form. This is what we have to understand. It's all knowledge. The same knowledge of Brahman is present in the universe with a little coloring. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas and name and form. That's all it is. This is what is taught very nicely in the Drigdrishya Viveka, another very powerful text. And it says the following. What does it say? Asti bhati priyam namarupam etat panchakam. This quintad, these fivefold things. What is that? Asti. Asti means sat, bhati, chit. And then priyam, ananda. Because that which is ananda is priyam. So priyam, that priyam means beloved. So ananda. So sat, chit, ananda is another way of expressing it is asti, bhati, priyam. And then nama, rupa. 5 things are there. The Jagat has 5 things. Asti bhati priyam nama rupam. Etat panchakam has a 5-fold things. And the author very clearly says, Adyatrayam brahma rupam and ato dvayam jagad rupam. Jagad rupam tato dvayam. So the first 3, asti, bhati, priyam, are belong to who? The Jagat or Brahman? Brahman. Name and form belongs to who? Jagat. So Jagat is just name and form with the presence of Brahman in everything. So this is what one doesn't know. This is what one doesn't know. And so even though Brahman is in everything, The presence of this Brahman, first of all, not objectifiable, second of all, no form, no name, third of all, there is a difficulty in recognizing, even though it's my own Swarupa, there is a avarna, covering. So the first power of Maya is the covering power. Ishvara doesn't have covering power. Ishvara is not covered. Ishvara is not avrita by this avarna. Ishvara is free of being covered. Maya is free of being covered. Who is covered? All of us are covered until we encounter what? Vedanta Shastra. So this is a very big pratibandha. This is the first Shakti. What is the other Shakti? Projecting power. Vikshepa Shakti of goddess Maya. Vikshepa means a projection. Like even, what is our stock example? Rope snake. Rajju Sarpa, rope snake. Rope snake is the stock Vedanta example to talk about projections. Is the snake really there? No. Where is the snake? In my head. The snake in the head. So, the Shirastha snake, the snake that is in the head, is projected onto a similar looking entity. Whether it's a srag, garland, whether it's a stick, or danda, or whether it's rajju. It is projected. And when I know the reality, what happens? The projection is withdrawn. This is called adhyasa, projection. Asaha, to throw. Adhi, on top of something else. To throw something on top of something else. And so the whole Vikshepa Shakti, this is the second Shakti, is Vikshepa. Because this whole Jagat is what? Brahman, correct? But then, what do we see? Instead of Brahman, what do we see? We see many, many, many names, many, many, many forms. But then, there is a difference. In the rope snake example, when the projection is withdrawn, then do you still see the snake on the rope? No. That's over, gone. You don't see the snake on the rope. Why don't you see the snake on the rope? Because it's resolved. I know the rope for what it is. I know the adhisthana means the truth upon where the adhyasa, the projection has been done. I know the adhisthana, so therefore I don't need. So when the projection is withdrawn, then what do I see? The reality. But the whole Jagat is a Vikshepa. The whole Jagat with all its names and forms is a Vikshepa. How do you see Brahman in and through the Vikshepa? Cognitively you remove the name and form and you see Brahman, but then it does not, what is that? It does not come back. Once you know, it does not come back. It's like the sunset. Once you know the sun doesn't set, does it stop setting tomorrow? No. It will continue to set. It will continue to set. And say, so therefore, it will continue to set, it will continue to rise. What has changed is my own understanding. So like this, the Vikshepa Shakti is removed by knowledge only, but then we don't try to break down the names and forms. That is not necessary. In and through each name and each form we see Bhagavan. So the next two verses are Maya Shakti verses. But first there is an introductory verse. Kathamesha agataha, what is this ko nama bandhaha? That one we'll chant and then we'll chant the other one. Atranatmanyahamiti matihi bandha eshosya pumsaha prapto jnanat janana marana Klesha sampata hetuh Yenaivayam vapuridam Satyamityatma buddhya Pushyatyukshatyavati Vishayaistantubihi Koshakridvat. Another very beautiful verse. What is that? Atra means in this context, anatmani, in the not I, in the objects, ahamiti matihi. The I notion in the not I, the I notion in the objects. I am as good as the body. Body is object or not? Yes. So I am as good as the body means the anatma buddhi. Atma buddhi in anatma. This is one part of the adhyasa. Adhyasa with regard to the self is twofold. First, anatmani atma buddhi. In the anatma, what do I have? Atma buddhi, I buddhi in the not I. Body is not I, mind is not I. But what do I? Prana is not I. But what do I say? I am fat, I am thin, I am hungry. Mind is not I, but I say I am angry, I am hungry, and all these things. So anatmani atma buddhi, first part of that. And then atmani anatma buddhi. In the atma, what is there? There is anatma buddhi. So atma is what? Immortal. But what do I say? Oh, I am a mortal. Like this. This twofold adhyasa is the cause of bondage, it is told here. So atra anatmani aham mati means atma buddhi. Aham iti mati, atma buddhi in anatma, meaning the I notion in the not I ensconced is the cause of bandha, is the cause of bondage for the person, pumsaha person. And how did it come out? Praptaha, it came about ajnanat. Ajnanat praptaha. Very clear? It came out because of ajnana. What kind of ajnana? Atma ajnanat praptaha. It came about because of atma ajnana. And then what else? And it also became the cause. Sampata means the cause of sampata. Sampata means sampatti, cause of earning. Earning what? Janana, marana, klesha. Janana, marana, the cycles of life and death. Klesha, sorrow. So, life, sorrow, death. Sorrow, life, sorrow, death. This is the cycle of samsara. So, janana, marana, klesha, sampata hetuhu. This ajnana became the original capital which gave interest. What is the interest? It became the cause of bonus. What is the bonus? Birth, janana, marana, death, and then klesha, conflict, fear, sorrow, all that is klesha. Sampata hetu. Hetu means the cause of earning all this through the karma. So this ajnana caused karma and then caused kama, kama caused karma, and then because of the karma there was karma phala which gave all these things, which became the cause of birth, cause of death, cause of pain, cause of sorrow, cause of all these things. And then yena eva ayam, so because of which this person, ayam, yena eva, because of which alone this person, vapuridam asat, this mithya body, vapuhu means, vapus means body, vapuhu body. Vapuhu idam asat. Asat here doesn't mean non-existent. Asat here means what? Body. Vapuhu idam asat. So this mithya body, Atma buddhya grihitaha, that which was taken to be Atma. This mithya body was taken to be the Atma, because of which ajnanam, and then as a result of this ahankara, or the person who is taking care of this body, keeps on pushyati, nourishing the body as though there is no tomorrow. Oh, I think I'm coming down with a fever. What can I take? Oh, I feel weak. I need some muscle building supplements. Oh, I think I need some antioxidants. I'm aging quickly. I need some things. And then pushyati, keeps on. I mean, we have to take care of the body. I'm not saying that, oh, whatever comes, I'll just sit here and then, get sick. That's not the point. But there is a limit. There is a limit. So, whether we eat in order to live or live in order to eat, that is the difference here. Okay? So, pushyati, the nourishment is important. But then sometimes some people will find are hypochondriacs. The slightest thing goes wrong, there is no tolerance at all. Oh, I think I should write my will. Why? Because I have 99.9 fever. So like this, they are very worried and they are keeping on swallowing everything. All the pills, potions, everything are there. Then ukshati. Ukshati means anoints. Oh, winter, dry skin, where is the cream? Anoints. Oh, some mark is there, how did it come? Oh, I don't know, some other cream for that. And then they do this, what is that? And they are all, in America, there is a cream for every part of the body. There is a cream just for hands. Why can't I use it for legs? No, we have another cream, foot cream, hand cream, and then foot cream. All so much, small. And the only thing that's not small is the cost. Big cost, small tubes, small things. And then, what else? There's a cream just for the face. There's a cream just for the body. And then like this, they also get you. Once I was just catching a plane, I was in a little bit of a rush. It was in some airport, I don't remember, somewhere in, I don't remember where it was. And then what happened was that suddenly I was passing through one shop. I didn't even see what shop it was. I was literally running to the gate. There was not enough time. And then suddenly things started to fall on me. Those, what are they called? Some pieces of paper. Confetti, glitter. Yes, these glittery things. I said, okay, ignore it, let's just go. He said, no, wait. You are the 100,000th customer that has passed our shop. I said, you have no other work? Counting the people? No, this is a grand inauguration. Then only I saw the shop. Its name is Body Shop. Whole shop just for the body. And full of colored potions and lotions and all kinds of things. They said, you please pick something. I said, I don't want anything. I really don't need anything. Then they pressed one purple colored something in the hand. And then when I went to my destination, there was a young girl along with her mother who had come to pick me up. So I gave it to she said, oh, this is very expensive. Thank you. I said, good. You are happy. I'm happy. Just gave it immediately. Didn't even see what it was. But it's like this. For every notion you have, there is a lotion and a potion. There is a lotion and a potion to dismiss every notion temporarily that is connected to the body-mind complex. Ukshati. And this is an ancient text. So that means in those days also they were applying, what is that, gingili oil, sesame oil, Mahanarayana Tailam, this, that, everything they kept on applying all the time. They were they were all kinds of things. And then people are very worried about growing old. Not only they are worried about they themselves growing old, they are worried about me growing old. Somebody gave me one anti-wrinkle cream. They said, Swamiji, please don't mind. You are getting wrinkles here. You are getting all wrinkles. We don't like to see you like this. You please start using. That also I gave it to somebody immediately. They were also very happy. So, like this, there is such a premium connected to the body. Like I have to keep it not only fit, everybody should keep the body fit. This is not a rallying cry about not looking after the body. Please look after the body. But we are talking of excesses. So, it is just this trend of excess, overkill. Okay, so that's that is the thing. Go with every trend. And the doctors themselves keep changing the trend. The researchers keep changing the trend. First they said, you have to take vitamin E, very good for the heart. And then 10 years later they said, no, you should not take too much vitamin E. Like this, one after the other, something or the other come. Pushyati, keeps on nourishing as though there was no tomorrow, keeps on feeding it as though there is no tomorrow. Ukshyati, keeps on anointing the body, hand cream for the hand, face cream for the face, foot cream for the foot, nose cream for the nose, ear cream for the ears. Like this. There is no end to this. Pushyati, ukshyati, avati. Avati means protects it. In the winter, with panchakosha, 5 sweaters, okay, and like this, pushyati, ukshyati, avati, and a beautiful example is given. What is that? Vishayaihi. Vishayaihi means through the help of all the objects. These creams are the objects. So pushyati, ukshyati, avati, how tantubhihi koshakridvat, like the silkworm. The silkworm first eats. It eats a lot of these mulberry leaves. Then it grows very fat and soft. And the bird from the tree above says, aha, lunch. Wonderful. I don't even have to fly. I just have to hop to the next branch. There is my lunch. And it's all very visible also. It is pale green in color, fat, and since it has eaten so much, it can barely move. So it gets scared, I'm not going to be alive. And so what does it do? It uses its saliva to build a cocoon around itself, and poor thing gets trapped. The silk harvest, it's a very sad story, but you must know the silk harvesters come, take all the cocoon, put it in boiling water, don't even let it transform into a silk moth and go, because when it flies away, the silk threads are cut and they are not very good for making saris and everything. So they boil thousands of these little fellows in their cocoon, pupa or whatever it's called. In this cocoon, it is trapped. Similarly, the jiva is trapped with the threads of this pushyati, ukshyati, avati, with the threads of these potions, lotions for every notion about the body, about the mind, about the senses. All this overkill of taking care of the body-mind complex makes one act into a great makes one commit an act of self-sabotage, where one covers oneself up completely, as it were. Like the silkworm spinning itself a cocoon, we are also not able to see Brahman. One is not able to see Brahman. Why? See means understand Brahman, because of all these surrounding these vishayas. The vishaya tantubhihi. The tantus means the skeins, the strings in the form of vishaya go to make, vishaya means objects, go to make up our own cocoon, from which in which one just dies to what? To the reality. One is never awakened to the reality. One becomes committed to finitude, and then one continues with what the previous verse said, janana marana klesha, same thing, birth, death, klesha, that's all it is, to be continued. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.